And today, RPM is proud to announce that they will once again partner with the fastest branch of the United States Armed Forces, the U.S. Air Force. The U.S. Air Force will join Richard Petty Motorsports for the 6th consecutive season in 2014. You'll see the familiar Air Force racing scheme on the famed number 43 during 2 patriotic weekends this year. The first will, of course, be right here in Charlotte, Memorial Day weekend, the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And then the second will be during the 4th of July weekend race at Daytona International Speedway. This announcement continues a trend of sponsorship, retention, growth, and expansion that has positioned RPM as a leader in motorsports marketing off the track and strengthened their on-track planning for 2014. And joining us today from RPM are key members of the team, including Brian Moffitt, the CEO of Richard Petty Motorsports, Marcos Ambrose, the driver of the number 9 Stanley Ford, Eric Almirola, driver of the number 43 Smithfield Ford, Dakota Armstrong, driver of the number 43 Winfield Ford in the Nationwide Series, and, of course, the king, the co-owner of Richard Petty Motorsports, Richard Petty himself. Brian Moffitt, we're going to start with you. Richard Petty Motorsports has had a very successful 2013 campaign. On the business front, as you brought a couple of new brands to the sport, along with the expansion of current partners, and today's announcement, the Air Force will again retain their partnership with the team. So how does that help you guys grow as you move ahead to 2014?
Well, thank you, and thank everyone for being here. It really shows the direction that we're headed when we bring in partners and continue to retain the partners that we've had. We've had some success in bringing in, Winfield, Twisted Tea, and others, GoBowling.com, to help us improve our R&D efforts so that these guys can go out and compete at the highest level. We're really excited about where we're at and where we're headed for the future of the company.
Yeah, and how does that, as far as the business side and the success you've had, shape the goals 2014 and beyond?
Well, when Richard, Andy, and Doug got the business back a few years ago, they didn't want to run in the back of the pack, right? We want to, the winning tradition of the Petties is to be up front and win races and win and compete for championships, and that's what we're in this for. We have our R&D development with, of course, bringing Dakota on in the Nationwide, and of course Corey LaJoy and Ryan Truex. So we're looking forward and we're poised for the future.
All right, Eric Almirola, Smithfield Foods, obviously a big supporter of yours, and that's great with those announcements. And of course today, announcing the U.S. Air Force extending with you once again. How does that help you, help your on-track performance, knowing you have that support?
Well, it helps us a lot. It's great to have the Air Force back. I'm an Air Force brat. My dad was in the Air Force, so it's really cool to represent them. And we host a lot of the kids getting ready to swear in to the Air Force every weekend, and we have a lot of the high-ranking officials come at each and every weekend. So that's a lot of fun to represent that brand and represent the U.S. Air Force. Then also, like you said, the Smithfield Foods, man, did they step up in a huge way for us and for our race team, and the commitment they made to Richard Petty Motorsports and to me. That's just tremendous. It's allowed us to go out and hire more people, hire new people. Got a new crew chief this year, Trent Owens. Feel really lucky to have him. He's gonna help us a lot. So excited about this year, and like Brian was saying, we got more sponsors and new people looking at this race team. We got GoBowling.com and Fresh from Florida, and it's just really good. We got a lot of momentum on our side, so we're excited about this year. We started off last year really well, and we faltered through the summer. So we're not going to falter this year. We're going to keep it up and keep that going. So excited about that. Excited to be back in a Ford Fusion this year. All the support we get from everybody at Ford Racing. So we got a lot of things going at Richard Petty Motorsports, and we're ready for 2014.
All right. And Marcos Ambrose, I got to be honest, it doesn't seem like that long ago you came to the United States and got your start in NASCAR with trucks and kind of worked your way through the ranks. Now not only are you a veteran of the sport, but a veteran of Richard Petty Motorsports. You've been with this team for quite a few years now. How has it grown? Talk about what you've seen at this organization.
Well, I've seen over the last 12 months the commercial success that RPM has had has really reinvigorated our race team. And we've added a lot of human resources to our program for 2014. We've created an R&D program. That's the first time that has happened since I've been at Richard Petty Motorsports. We're really excited about the potential of unlocking, some more brain power on our race program, and we're thrilled to not only keep what we've had since I joined Richard Petty Motorsports, and I joined at at a fairly tumultuous time. It was a difficult time for Richard and everybody to rebrand the company, to actually rebuy the company and take it from the crumbs. And so I've seen it at its darkest days, and I'm really looking forward to 2014, because I think it's the year that Richard Petty Motorsports can break out and really show everybody, the maturity that it's taken since I've been there over 4 years now. So we're thrilled to have more people looking at our race program, both from a commercial perspective and also inside our race team. At the end of the day, we're all racing to go out there to win, and we want to put Richard Petty back in victory lane. We've been able to do it occasionally over the last couple of years, but we want to do that on a more frequent basis if we can. And I think the way the rules are going this year is going to give us a better chance to make the chase and to really do something special. So gloves are off. We're looking forward to turning a fresh page. 2013 was a difficult one for both the Stanley car and also the Smithfield car with Eric, and we're looking to really make it stick in 2014.
And Dakota Armstrong, first of all, welcome to Richard Petty Motorsports. I mean, to be able to step into a car with the number 43 on it is pretty legendary. Talk about that and being with an organization that really does have a bright future.
Yeah, it's great to be with an organization like Richard Petty Motorsports and to have Winfield come on board with us. One thing that really helps is having an experienced crew chief, like Felipe Lopez, and his whole team allowing me to step in and make it really comfortable to me to step into this role. So I think everything's been going really smooth so far. This is a team that definitely I think has the winning capability. So hopefully we can, work on that and get to there, this year. And I think our Daytona test was definitely, a good starting point, just letting everyone kind of mesh together and learn each other. I think our communication's definitely, getting to where it needs to be. Just, now we gotta, get ready for Daytona and get the season started.
And finally, Richard Petty, I mean, you've, seen the sport from the get-go, and we can walk next door into the Hall of Fame and see a lot of your family there. In fact, one more member is going in tonight, which is very special. You've been to a lot of these preseason announcements, and here we sit today with great sponsorship announcements and really a good foundation for Richard Petty Motorsports. Talk about what you look forward to.
Well, we're probably in the best shape we've been in the last 3 or 4 years. And everybody knows, we went really to the bottom of the deal a couple, 3 years ago when our car owner went bankrupt or whatever, and we had to got with a couple of guys. We bought the place out and just tried to get some foundation. I don't know that our year was that much better last year than it was the year before, but we were a lot more stable, and that's what we're trying to do now with our new sponsorships coming on and all the people that have been there before stayed, and that's really good. Some of them stepped up, which really makes us feel like that we was doing the right thing. Now we've been able to go into a little bit more of our engineering department, do a little bit more R&D on our own from where we've been at. So, you all got to figure. We used to do it all. We just built the motors and the cars and took them to the racetrack and done the whole deal. And now things are the way NASCAR's got the rules and stuff. Everything is kind of cut and dried, so there's not as much of that going. So you have to have the engineers then to really tweak stuff. Used to, we just got close and it worked. And so we feel like we were way the best off with being on that part of the deal. And I guess we'll just have a little talk with the drivers and get them to step up a little bit too. Okay.
Y'all better listen when the king speaks, right? Here it is, your 2014 lineup for Richard Petty Motorsports, and we're going to maximize everyone's time with them and let them go ahead and go next door and get ready for one-on-one interviews. Sammy Johns and Brian Moffitt are going to join Richard Petty. Trent Owens will join Eric. Drew Blickensderfer will join Marcos, and Felipe Lopez will join Dakota. So we'll send you guys next door. Best of luck this year, and very much looking forward to tonight as well, Richard.
Yeah, that's going to be great. He's when you put your brother in a Hall of Fame and you're already in, you got your father in there. We got Dale Emmer, our crew chief. It's the only Hall of Fame I know that's got a whole team in the Hall of Fame. So we're really proud of that.